Back in 2013, Pete Williams, the founder and former CEO of Deloitte Digital, felt that it was time to rediscover his childhood love for and interaction with horses. And it just so happened that internationally renowned horse whisperer, or as he prefers, horse listener, Carlos Tabernaberri, lived just nearby. Now, Australian-based trainer Carlos Tabernaberri is known worldwide for his quite remarkable results with horses, whether handling foals or starting young horses or improving the performance of competition horses or rehabilitating abused horses. And he's been described as representing the next generation of horsemen and the only horseman who truly puts the horse first. Pete is a recognised thought leader and practitioner in innovation. As I mentioned, he founded Deloitte Digital, a business pioneering the delivery of professional services online, and has been the chairman of Deloitte's Innovation Council since 2004. A big welcome, please, for Pete and Carlos.
I'm Pete, I'm the CEO. I'll try hard not to look like one, and this is Carlos, the horse whisperer. So it's a real, I suppose, honour for me to be on stage with Carlos, because I suppose in life you don't often get to meet somebody who's a master of what they do. And I think mastery's got sort of two layers. One is having a sort of just a skill base where you are a master, but to actually be able to teach people to do that stuff as well. And it's quite amazing.
I call myself the accidental horse trainer, because as a kid I thought I got nothing to teach a horse. Horse is born knowing everything. All I can do is make sure I don't get on the way of the horse, and I see things through the eyes of the horse, and that's pretty much what I do. So I develop my own philosophy working with horses, which I borrow from the horses themselves. I don't call it through the eyes of Carlos. Everything that I do, from my book to my DVDs, is go through the eyes of the horse, where it's pretty much putting myself on the horse's hooves and be a voice for the horse and create awareness how horses are treated, and hopefully we can make it a little bit easier for them.
The sort of person I wouldn't want to leave a horse homeless, so I brought him around, and I had said to her, you know, I'd love to learn just how to sort of work with horses kindly. And so she said to me, well, you know, you're in luck. In my view, the best horse whisperer in the world lives 5 kilometres from you, in a place called Bruce's Creek Road down in Upper Plenty, or near Upper Plenty. So I rang Carlos and said to him, oh, you know, I live just down the road. And he's like, have you got a float? Oh, no, I haven't got a float. But he's like, I don't normally do this, but I'll come round to your place. So, cool. So anyway, he sort of comes up, and he's got the hat, and, you know, it's got that sort of Argentinian horseman thing going. And I'm there in a pair of runners, and I had a cowboy hat too. And then I started thinking, you know, I shouldn't really, maybe I haven't quite earned the right to wear this. So he comes up, and I said to him, oh, look, of these 2 horses, we'll work with the black one because the brown one's got a bit of a back problem, you can't ride him. And he said he's a bit hard to catch. So Carlos says to me, well, look, go and shut the gate over there, and so he doesn't run away. So shut the gate, turn around, there's Carlos with the horse in a halter, and the horse is just standing like stock still. I'm like, how the bloody hell did you do that? And he's like, don't worry, Pete, you know, I'll teach you. It really, there was something that captured me, and it was this notion of the shared philosophy. So I'll read it for you, Carlos, but yeah, my focus is on the horse and people with whom I work and helping them to achieve their full potential. We shouldn't be divided by discipline, we should be united by good horsemanship. I truly believe there's no such thing as natural horsemanship. There's simply good horsemanship, and good horsemanship is about consistently considering the horse's well-being first and foremost. And I sort of looked at that, and it sort of resonated immediately with my leadership style. I'm a real believer that your business or organisation can't grow if your people aren't growing. And I also believe that people, whether it's the environment they're in or sometimes it's constraints that they put on themselves, they are either prevented or actively prevent themselves from achieving their potential. I mean, one of the best pieces of advice I ever got from a boss was that there's no harder corner to get out of than the one you've painted yourself into. I mean, so in terms of the notion of leadership, you know, it's the confidence, consistency, kindness and leadership. I mean, do you want to just talk about this notion of confidence and the reason why confidence as a leader is so important?
Mm-hmm. One of the things that I mentioned in the book, and by the way, Pete, I haven't read the book, so I'm glad you read it. But confidence is just knowing, I guess, in this case, knowing your subject or your individual, which was the horse. And confidence is not puffing your chest because you're a human being and see the horse as a subordinate in the species. So confidence was about knowing your subject and going with that confidence that you can help the horse and knowing what each, trying to find that individuality of each horse. Kindness, I guess, speaks for itself. Just being kind doesn't make that you're weak. I find that kindness is a strength.
Just on that, on your Whispering Acres shirt here, the back of the collar, help ever, hurt never. And I've had a lot of time with Carlos. I have never seen him yank a rope. He just, it's gentleness.
And when I talk about mind, body and spirit, that's what I work with the horse. It's the same things that we govern by.
I look at, when I see this notion of consistency as well with people in leadership, it's, you know, if they get frustrated, you know, if the employee's not doing what they want, they might start yelling and screaming, or they start to use sort of passive aggression of, you know, ignoring them and all that sort of stuff. I used to think about that, you know, what am I doing as a leader? And to sort of be aware of my people. Am I 100% on? Because if you think of a lead horse, they're 100% on. It's this notion you talk about, you know, their role as the leader of the herd is for safety and comfort of everyone. You know, are we as leaders looking after everyone in our team? Have we sort of ostracised people? Have we given up? You know, are we giving the time? Does our demeanour and our behaviour, our consistency change? Depending, you know, different doesn't mean wrong, it means different. And understanding the individual and sort of being there to encourage, being there to say, you know what, just, you'll be okay. You know, I've got your back. By my side, you'll have that safety and comfort. And I think, yeah, as leaders, you know, it takes a bit of time. But that time really pays off in the end. I think, you know, the other thing is people are people at work and at home and they're the same person. And it's very, you can't just divorce all that together. So, you know, what are we doing? And are we helping the people? Are we seeing the fears or the concerns that our people have got? And are we doing anything to help them overcome them? Exposing them, you know, small moves, giving them small opportunities to learn so they become familiar and confident and then reach potential.
A horse is born scared, and my job is to make him brave. I always say a horse is born like a chicken, and I want him to die like an eagle. You know, just like really brave and fly, and also be so scared. So that's when we come in. So once again, if you keep in mind this born scared, and I've seen it growing up, and that's what I made that contract with the horse, and the human gets involved and instills more fear into that horse. So my job, and when I guess I train people and I sort of become the voice for the horse, is to say don't put more fear into the horse. Just your job is to actually get the fears off the horse. You know? Inspiring confidence in others.
If that's one thing you can do. You know, we see it with the horses that you've worked with. Most of those horses up there that Carlos had were labelled as crazy, dangerous, whatever. And you see, and you just see Carlos working with horses that seem scared and frail. Then suddenly they're jumping out of their skin, having the time of their lives.
It's been a fascinating session. We've gone from horse listening to psychopathic leaders. And what more could you want to cover? Would you please thank Pete Williams and Carlos Tabernaberri?